What's up, everyone? This is my first live. Oh my goodness. Okay, 6 years. That's cool. This is going to be so intimate. Um, all right. If you are here, you probably know that I went to the concert in DC to see Stray Kids last night. And I just have to first say it was absolutely amazing because we're going to start with the good stuff first. We are going to start with the good stuff and we will slowly progress down that hill that was the whole experience. Let me just say though, my experience was amazing. Thankfully, I know everyone's experience was very, very different. And I'm just telling this to you from my own point of view because I know from what I've seen, everyone had so many different experiences. But I will say, thankfully, mine was good. Um, Thank you. Yes. I'm kind of feeling it a little bit today. So I've been like drinking a lot more water and everything. It's almost like you wake up kind of feeling hungover, even though you didn't drink at all. But for the first time seeing Stray Kids, I literally got there and I started crying because I was just so happy. I legitimately felt at home. I know that a lot of you probably who are watching probably aren't in the local area of DC. So, I just want to tell you from my experience getting there and everything, we're just going to run through it. So, we left a little bit later because we knew that he was going to just be awful. It was going to be so bad. And I was planning originally to get there closer to, I don't know, one or two because I wanted to vibe and socialize and meet stays, maybe meet some of you. And with what the weather was going to do, I was like, there's no way in hell I cannot go at 1, 2 o'clock and be there all day long. So I don't know how you guys did it who went in so much earlier than that, because I know there were some cup sleeves going on, which I didn't get to go to as well. But we got there probably around 4:15, and we actually drove. If anyone's um, knows the area, we drove to Pentagon City Mall, and then we had a very short walk to the metro. That short walk to the metro, though, we had to walk through the mall. And anyone who saw my fit and what I was wearing, I was very uncomfortable walking through Macy's, and people were looking at me. And I had to reassure them that I was not a whore. There was a reason for what I was wearing because I got some stares. I got some stares that were not very appreciated. But I will say, when I got to the actual metro, there was this girl came up to me. She's like, "I like your clothes. I like what you're wearing." So it reassured me that I didn't look that whorish. And my husband said I didn't walk like a whore. I'm not really sure what that means because I didn't know whores walk differently than regular people. But anyway, so we got on the metro, and that was the very first time I met in real life stays. I was so excited because I was so pumped. They came from Ohio, and it was their first Stray Kids concert too. So it was really exciting. And then, of course, each metro stop thereafter, we were meeting more and more stays. They just kept on coming in on the metro. So got off the metro, finally got to Nats Park, and the heat, yes, was excruciating. But I was like on a euphoric high because once I got off the metro and I saw just the swarm, a crowd, and like red and black, and everyone's fit and everything, I was just so happy that even though I was like sweating balls, I was in this euphoric state. And then people are handing out freebies and everything. And of course, like freebie etiquette's so awkward because I can be socially awkward sometimes because I'm like, do you approach them? Do they approach you? Or can you be like, hey, can I have one? Not, of course, gimme because you appreciate what they do. But look how cute these are. Like, someone did that. And then I got this like Chan card. And I don't know. Shout out to this day because she like crocheted this. Probably, I don't know how many she crocheted. I can't sew or shit, but this is so cute, right? And then just some more cards. I think Ian and Changbin are in there. And then this keychain. Look how cute that is, right? And then I haven't opened this. I think this is like a banner of something, but I see like a hollow card too. And then a lanyard. Stray Kids lanyard. So really cute. I love it. I love it all. And the fact that stays are able to just have the time to do that and do that without even thinking like anything back is amazing. I don't have the time for that. I mean, I do YouTube as it already is, and that takes me a while. So I couldn't do freebies, but I appreciate everyone who did. You guys came through, and everyone was just so nice. So we get there, we decided to wait in the shade because it's so damn hot, and I haven't eaten. I did not eat lunch. I didn't get a chance to eat lunch, and I'm like, I'm gonna need to eat something, or I will be someone who passes out later. So there was this like little sandwich shop, and we went in there to grab a sandwich, and we split one up, and that was a good idea because we got a break inside the AC, and I probably overstayed my welcome in there because I was like, I don't want to go back in there if I don't need to. There was a lot of stays in there too, so it wasn't just me. And yeah, we stayed in there for quite a while. And I think that honestly saved me the heat exhaustion later. But when I was standing in there, that was the first time I saw someone pass out. Because it was just like windows, it was like floor to ceiling windows. So you could still see everything that was going on outside. And someone just immediately passed out, like right in front of my eyes. It was like really surreal. I apologize if I like cry at some point on the stream because shit got bad. Especially for Stray Kids to cancel the rest of the show. And also, I don't know if it was Stray Kids themselves. We'll get into that more. I think it was a combination of a few different people. But thankfully, I mean, that person, though, she came to, there were people around her. There were already people around her helping her out. So again, like stays really came through in that capacity. So then we left the sandwich shop because I actually met, or I didn't meet, but I met a stay through my TikTok, and she was so cute. She was coming solo and was just really having a little bit of anxiety being there solo. So I reached out to her and said, like, you can link up with us. Like, if you want, I'll give you my number. And we exchanged the numbers. And so we linked up. So then she wouldn't have to like be completely alone and feel just like beside herself. So then we got in line, and this, okay, again, before anyone comes at me at some point or another, this is only from my own personal experience. I had no trouble with the lines. I know so many stays that did, and I feel so incredibly awful and bad for them. I personally did not have trouble getting in line and getting through the gates, getting through checking bags or anything like that. Because for me, I think it was because where I was at the front of Nats Park. And if anyone who is familiar with Nats Park, the main gate is like basically where you get off at the Metro. So in front of Nats Park, there were like lines right out in front, and then the gates are right there. So it was pretty clear and concise of like the lineups. So thankfully I wasn't lost in that kind of capacity. And I feel like, again, just from my own personal experience, I got through the line pretty well. In terms of timing wise, they checked the bags quickly, and ironically, like they were more interested in my husband's UV umbrella than my bag, which, you know, I don't know, maybe they thought we were trying to smuggle crack in there or something. I don't know, but the UV umbrella helps. So anyone who is going to a concert and still has yet to go, UV umbrella, because just the sun itself is awful. And you might not know this because I didn't know this, but UV umbrellas and rain umbrellas are so different. Rain umbrellas are going to do jack shit. Like they actually are going to insulate the heat more. UV umbrellas, you need to get a UV umbrella. Major difference. So that saved us just waiting in line because there was no shade anywhere. So we got through line, and then I saw my boy Lee now. There's not actually him, but the poster picture things. Excuse me. I'm still, if you can believe it, I'm still trying to get over my sickness I had last week, and then screaming all last night didn't help. But so I saw like all the picture posters up front in the beginning of the video. And so I got my picture with Lee now. I can post those pictures later or something on my socials. But I was gonna get a picture with Felix. Felix's line was like miles. I mean, I'm talking miles long. And I know he's like probably one of the most like popular members, but I'm like, God damn. Yeah, that's not worth it to just like stand in the heat like that. So I skipped out on Felix. Sorry, Felix. And then all the other lines were pretty long. It just got to point where you're just so exhausted from the heat though too. You're like, let me just do my bias. That did not sound right, but just let me get a picture of my bias, and then let's go over here and fill up on our water, because I brought a 2 bottles of water. My husband had one, and then I had one. Mine was empty because I was like, let me chug this bitch. And my husband's kept it factory sealed. So that was the parameters for Nationals Park. I know there are other different parameters for other venues, but a factory sealed water bottle, or it had to be completely empty. So we filled up our water bottles. I think the problem with Nats Park is it was very hard to find water stations. I know outside of my section, there was water fountains. I don't think that was the same for the lower levels. So that was a big issue. You couldn't really fill up in the bathrooms either. I mean, you have your large water bottle, and then it's those little sinks. Like I'm talking about sinks that you have in your bathroom here at home. So there's no way to get that huge ass water bottle under that faucet. So you couldn't do it in the bathroom. And even those water fountains and everything were not even lukewarm. I mean, I felt like I was drinking boiling water. It was so awful. Yes, the venues are so, I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't think they knew what they were getting themselves into, but I honestly think, well, it gets worse. Let me just say it gets worse. So we are just kind of like standing around, and we start making our way up to the my section. So I was all the way up in section 319. So I again saw a few things, and I didn't see everything because I wasn't on the floor or down by the pit. I think pit had it worse because they're packed in there like sardines. I did not envy them one bit, like at all. But I was up in section 319, and so I had it was a great view. It was a great view. I wasn't, close to them, but I was breathing the same air as Stray Kids. So I'll take that as a win. So we're just standing around and like jamming out to the music, and then we finally get seated. Well, let me just say, we saw, because like since we're up high, we saw so many stays still waiting in line trying to get through. This was not the entrance that I came through. Again, my entrance was seamless, but it was like towards the back of the stadium. There were hundreds and thousands still waiting in line, and at this point, it was like 7:20. So it was go time soon. They didn't like delay the show because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they delayed the show in Atlanta because that happened too by like 20, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. I could be wrong in that. But yeah, so I don't know if the stays made it in. I mean, Stray Kids, it was probably like they probably went on at 7:35, 7:40. So again, like I said, I enjoy myself. I met 2 stays that were sitting right next to me, and I've never had this happen before. And I didn't know how to take it, but the one, because it was a mom and daughter, the mom was like, I recognize you from TikTok and Threads. And I'm like, what in the hell? This is like, that's so sweet and cute, but I'm not used to that kind of attention at all. But it was really cool to like meet them, and I vibed out with them so hard at the concert because my husband was just we were on different planes. Okay. We were just on such different planes because he would just be sitting there. Like he's heard some songs. I have been sending him song after song after song for the past couple of weeks. And I'm like, you need to listen to this. You need to listen to this. Let me know what you think, because Stray Kids should be the only thing you're listening to. So I prepared him pretty well, because by the time concert time came around, he was able to make a top 10, like his top 10. So he was sitting in beside me, and he was doing like this kind of thing, but he was also just like, oh yeah, I like that song. That was a good one. That was a good one. All right. Oh, is this song about peanut butter and jelly? Like I was just like, okay, just stay there and look pretty, okay? But then like the fireworks were going off. He's like, oh, cool, fireworks show. And I'm like, yeah, because that's what we came here for, okay? So I really loved how I had my 2 stays that I met there because yeah, I was I was thirsting very hard, and he saw some things that I might not be proud of, but that's okay. And sickness and health, and this just might be my sickness. So anyway, But they were really cool. I exchanged numbers with her because I'm like, if you get something that I don't get, I need that, and same vice versa. My phone too, it was so hot. My phone, I brought a portable battery because I was like, I need to film some stuff for you guys. Um, was so hot it could not charge. It would just kept on saying unable to charge, will start charging or whatever that message is. Um, that it'll charge once it cools down. And I'm like, well, that ain't gonna be anytime soon. Thankfully my battery didn't die, even with my portable battery not really doing its job. So I did get some things, but not gonna lie, I was like a banshee. So I might be like this on my videos. I'll go through. I haven't filtered through my videos yet. Um, Stray Kids, let me just say, did a fucking absolute phenomenal job. I don't know how they did it. Um, you all know this. Lino and Sugman never, hardly ever show their arms. They stripped off those jackets like within the first song. It was insane. And it's funny because at the time I was like, fuck yes, because this is why I came. But at the same time, in hindsight, it's not like, they're doing it for fun. They were legitimately, they were suffering as well. It was just, it was awful. They were suffering as well. They've got so much perseverance though, and such great ethics, and I could go on and on. I can't understand. I can't understand how we were just sitting there, right, in the seats. They were pouring their hearts out. But if you look, and I'm sure you guys have seen, if you look at fan cams, especially the ones coming from the pit and everything, you could really see their struggle. Again, since I was in 319, couldn't see it up close and personal. I only had the big screen. So of course I could only capture whatever the big screen was saying, like showing me. I couldn't see what was happening for the members that might have not been, syncing at the time and whatnot. So anyways, more fun stuff, more good stuff, and then I'll get into the nitty-gritty of things. The songs that they performed were amazing. Megaverse Live was, I keep going to that because that song, you all know, I mean, anyone who watched my reaction video, you all know that song, I love that song. But it live was just amazing. They came out so hard, they did their thing, and I don't know, I'm just proud of them. I'm so proud of them. Giant, that huge ass giant, like coming out of the floor, like holy shit. But that was really cool too. That was fun. And again, of course, La 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 goes hard all the time live. So again, major props to the guys. They were all so concerned. One thing, okay, it started getting real when you could tell the guys were just like so concerned. They stopped the show. Well, we had a pause. We had probably like a 15-20 minute break. But all of them were going around just like checking, especially Chan. Like you could see him on stage, just like kind of scanning with his finger, like going like this to each and every stay. Like, are you okay? Are you good? Are you good? Are you okay? Even when like they were still performing, Chan was like monitoring the area. If you don't know, Nats Park, like most venues, I think have like the 3 pits. Nats Park only had 2 pits. It was so like one pit and then the other pit, and then there was like seated like floor seats like right in front. But it got to the point they started seeing people pass out and faint. I wasn't on floor seats, but I talked to a few stays leaving after the concert, and it was like dropping flies. Like this, one of my stay girlfriends who I actually met through Threads, and then I gave her a ride back home because she didn't want to be solo walking back on the metro. She was telling me, because she was down on the floor, she saw just people were dropping like flies, and medical was coming in with stretchers and wheeling people out and everything. I'm gonna say this, that Live Nation needs to get their shit together, because so I ended up buying a water bottle for $6 inside the stadium. Well, they upcharged the price to $8 when they realized water was on high demand. How the fuck, one, are you gonna charge $6? $6 is insane, but then you upcharge to $8 when you know that water is literally a basic human right. The water bottle should have been fucking free in the first place. I'm sorry. Like, it should have been free in the first place. So the fact that they had the audacity to upcharge when, of course, water is gonna be on higher demand, like, I don't have words. I do not have fucking words for that. And then I didn't have this experience, but even leaving the stadium, security was telling stays to throw out their water bottles. I don't fucking have a clue. Why does it fucking matter? They're leaving. I didn't have that experience. I had my water bottle still, and no one told me anything. No one told me to toss it or anything. So thankfully, I still was able to keep my water bottle. But for everyone else, I am so sorry to hear that, because it's not like you leave the stadium and then you're home, right? Like, there are a lot of people that had to go in the metro, and I was one of those people. There were so many people packed in the metro. It was still really hot. Some people maybe had a hotel in DC, but they had to walk a couple blocks or something. There was one girl that I talked to. Her friend was in medical. Medical got so packed to the point that they were at such capacity. And this is where I heard she had told me, because I know people are saying different things across all social media platforms. She had told me that it was the event manager that called to make the decision to cancel the rest of the show. I suspect it was a combination, honestly, of maybe the event manager and Stray Kids. But from what I was told, it was because medical was at capacity and they reached their limit on being able to take anyone else. So that's kind of what did it. They canceled it at it was right after Maniac, and when the audience did their fan cam dances. That's basically, the stadium lights went on and there was an announcement made, due to the extreme heat, we have to cancel the rest of the show. Please make your way out. So that was in a very abrupt ending. It took me not by surprise, but just how abruptly it ended. They absolutely 100 made the right decision, but I want to say something about this because I'm getting very controversial. I'm reading very controversial things on this. Um, there are stays that are really upset that the show was canceled. That's fine. But we have to take in consideration of everyone's health. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. I was upset. I cried. It was my first Stray Kids concert. Even though we had 6 songs left, I really wanted to see them go by on the carts. I really wanted to hear them say goodbye. They couldn't do that, and I understand there are reasons for that. So everyone has a right to their feelings, and I think it's important to recognize all the emotions that you can have. You can have multiple different emotions. You can be upset, you can be sad, you can be pissed off, you can be angry. That is completely fine. Just because you have those emotions, it doesn't necessarily mean you don't. I'm trying to put a double negative, and double negatives always like fuck me up. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you disagree with the show being canceled. It had to be canceled. That was absolutely 100% the correct decision to be made across the board for everyone's safety and health. It was scary. It was really scary. Even leaving the stadium, people were passing out on the way down. It's basically, at least from my section, like a big ramp that you go down, or you could take an escalator, but that was just so piled up. But people, as they were making their way down, had to like sit on the floor, or they're passing out, and we had to like make waves for wheelchairs coming through to get to the people that needed help. Security sucked there. The staff sucked there. It was just awful. The biggest takeaway is the fandom. I mean, we all really came through for each other. People in the pit were braiding each other's hair to keep their hair off their necks. People were handing out like ice packs if they had them, or any other waters that they might have had. it was an amazing experience in that way to really see stays come through in that aspect. So I'm really happy to be a part of the fandom, and it really goes to show we only do have just each other. Um, Anyway, I had an amazing experience. I can't say enough great things about the guys in general. Yes, they do all look so much better in person. Um, it was an amazing experience all around, aside from the obvious heat. I'm lucky. I'm so lucky that nothing happened to me, nothing happened to my husband. I came very super prepared. Again, I think partly it helped that I was not in the pit though. I really think they had it the hardest. But I hydrated so much. I brought a UV umbrella, I brought a portable fan, I brought electrolytes. That's the thing too, is I think people are mistaken that you just drink water and you're good. No, you need electrolytes too. Like you need electrolytes. Gatorade's important, or those IV liquid powders are really important with electrolytes in them. I brought a portable fan, and that really saved me. So come prepared. Like for anyone who is going to a concert, well, I mean, any concert, not just Stray Kids, but for anyone who still has yet to go to their concert, please, please come prepared. Um, and I will say this: please dress for the weather. Please dress for the weather. I mean, all you stays slay. Chan is totally right. Stays are beautiful. They know how to dress. They know how to dress for the occasion. But when this kind of heat index is involved, scrap the uniform or scrap the costume, scrap whatever you have. Because I'm not gonna lie, I saw a lot of stays in fur boots, like knee fur boots. One had like a long fur jacket from like top to bottom. There was a girl I know, she was like in leather, like black leather pants. There were so many people's costumes and fits that were amazing, but at the same time I'm like, it is not worth it to your health at all. It was not worth it to your health. I mean, there was a reason why I wore my skirt and the top that I did, because I was showing a lot of skin for not the whole reason, but the reason that I needed to be cool. So dress for the weather. Definitely dress for the weather. Scrap the pants. You know, do the wick breathing clothes, that because like cotton, like especially in humid weather, will like stick to your body, and that's not going to help you or do you any favors. I'm trying to read through your comments now because I know I've been just yapping away. Bored what happened. So the concert I went to in DC got canceled early due to extreme heats, and people basically were passing out. I think there was at least 6 people hospitalized. There were like 20 ambulances that were called. One girl told me that when medical staff was at capacity, they were starting to like literally push people out of medical, even though they weren't in their right minds yet, because they had no room. It was just so all around. It was just so scary. Okay. Who here was anyone there at the DC concert last night? Who's here? I'm trying to scroll through your like chat messages and look and see if there's anyone else here. Yeah, Dina, the venue, yeah, there were water balls. They ran out of they actually ran out of water at Nats Park too. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it was, I mean, all in all, I'm very grateful for my own personal experience. I'm really, really sad and upset for other stays that had a completely opposite experience, because I appreciate that what I went through was like nothing compared to other people's experiences. And the girl that I was with and took her home, drove her home, she had a better experience than me too. Nothing happened to her, but she was also upset. But you know, so this was her 5th Stray Kids concert. Okay, her 5th Stray Kids concert. She went to day 1 and day 2 in Arlington, day 1 and day 2 in Citi Field, and then DC. So she got a full on Stray Kids experience. I think, what was it? I think in day 2 she was at Barricade too. So she had all in all a great concert season. So I think she's still upset, and again, her feelings are completely valid, but yeah, no, like I'm like, can I be you when I grow up? So anyway, oh, you're gonna be in Chicago, Pitt. I think, isn't it Chicago supposed to be really hot? Is it supposed to rain though too? I heard it was gonna be raining though, but that just brings humidity too. That was the other thing, is even though the sun went down, after the sun went down, it was super humid. It actually wasn't too humid in the afternoon, but it was extremely humid at night. Like my skin, it just was so, I'm not even gonna go in detail because it's just so awful. It was so awful. But my portable fan, like portable fan. If you do not have a portable fan, Amazon Prime that shit right now, because that thing was a lifesaver. Make sure you plug that in and charge it so much. Full battery. Mine lasted pretty much the whole concert. You know what didn't last the whole concert though? My light stick. My light stick didn't last the whole concert. And I know that's my bad because I should have taken the batteries out and waited. But I brought extra batteries, but I'm the dumbass that brought double A and not triple A. Thankfully, again, the stays next to me brought triple A batteries, so they gave them to me, and so I didn't feel as left out anymore. I don't know why, but I got so depressed when my light stick went out. It was so depressing. Even my husband, he was like, "Damn, I don't have a light stick," and I was like, "Oh, too bad for you." So, thank you, shout out to those stays who saved my light stick at least, and so I was able to carry on. But yeah, so AAA batteries and yeah, liquid IV. I brought, and it's funny because we also I brought sunscreen. I also, so this was like my UV umbrella, and then these things like the cold medical like packs that you use if you get like, if you sprain your ankle or something where you just crack. They don't last a long time, but I used one of them and it was heaven, basically heaven. So just take care of yourselves, basically. I don't want to see anyone suffer. I mean, we're supposed to like be there for like a really great experience. You don't want to come back and be like, that was like the worst day of my life. It's supposed to be like one of the best days of your life, right? So okay, last thing. I can't believe that this is my first live, you guys. It feels so good to actually be like talking to you live. It's so different than just like recording myself and talking to a camera, and I'm like not talking to anyone at the moment. So I love you all. But last thing though, again, I cannot stress enough how amazing the guys were. And anyone who's got Bubble or any of the social medias or whatever, well, it's primarily Bubble, I guess. They were apologizing, and I know they went live too. They went live, but I couldn't watch. I have yet to watch their live too because when they went live, I was on the metro. But they were apologizing, and I know they did everything they could. It was out of their control. The heat was out of their control. It was really cute. Well, it was cute, funny. It was really funny because in the beginning, Chan was making jokes saying like, wow, this is just such beautiful weather we're having. This is just so lovely. So it was good jokes all around. We did get good jokes, and it was really cute and funny, and I can appreciate them. But the guys gave it their all. They gave it their all. Like, even though they were struggling, they did their damnedest to make sure that we didn't see that. I know Felix has his back issues, and I know on the live he was struggling with his back as well. When he was performing, I'm like, what back issues? I was getting concerned for him because I'm like, he's going fucking hard right now. I thought his back was hurting and he had to take extra precautions, but he's going hard. Like, I don't know how much video I got of him dancing or anything, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was really concerned, but anyone who may have been at the concert, it wasn't a stay or is unfamiliar with Stray Kids, they would have never known. They would have never known that Felix was having back issues because the kid was going hard. He was just like crazy. So it's no wonder and doesn't surprise me on that live that he was really struggling. So I hope he's taking care of himself. Um, at one point, when it started getting serious too, Han really worried me because he was really worried about the stays. You could just see it on his face. He was like looking and pausing and had this just look of concern and worried. Just it was unlike anything I've ever seen because you're so used to seeing Han, or at least I am, just so joyful and smiling and excited. I In that moment, he like did not and never cracked a smile. At least during the time when they were kind of talking to the crowd and stuff like that. So it was really serious and really, really scary all around. So I really hope all stays that did go there, they took care of themselves. Um, okay. I don't want to end it on a bad or sad note or anything. So we're gonna do this. Um, Lino, as most of you know, is my bias. Um, who do you think bias wrecked me though? Like, just I want to hear in the comments, who do you think bias wrecked me? Because for me, I was surprised. I want to hold on. Let me just scroll and like read some of your guys' comments too. Han, Benny, Sigmund, Han Chin. Okay, so Ian was bias wrecking the fuck out of me. And I stress fuck because it was absolutely insane how much you all like what are they feeding him? Because I swear, I mean, I'll show you like videos if I can, because I got quite a few videos of Ian. He looks huger than Han Chan and almost Changbin. I'm not even joking. He looks fucking massive. I don't know. I don't know like what is in the water or the food that they are eating, but it is insane. Like, oh my God, I almost crashed out. Like, I hope I don't sound like a banshee in all my videos because I was trying to take your consideration at hand, but there were a lot of like, oh my gods and fucks. So the funny thing is though, is even though Ian was bias wrecking me, there was this one video I'm gonna have to filter through. Even though he was bias wrecking me, he would be up on the screen. I was like, oh my fucking God. And then the next screen was Lee No, as if he knew, like he was pulling me back in. He fucking knew. And so it pulled me right back, but not for long because then Ian would come up and it was just, it was, yeah, yeah. It was good. It was all good. But Ian looks, I mean, there is, I mean, there's no baby bread. Like he's like a beef Wellington at this point, you know? He is okay, I need to stop because I'm gonna keep on going. So yeah, like be on the lookout for Ian for any concert goers because okay. And then of course, like Felix was still there reminding me that he's my ultimate bias wrecker. You know, he doesn't have to do too much. He just can stand there and wink at the screen and everything, and that'll pull me back in. But man, it took me by surprise. It really took me by surprise. So be on the watch for him because he fucking knows what he's doing. He was like, you know, winking at the camera. I mean, he was like, yeah, he was doing it all, like just majorly flirting at the camera. And I was just crashing out so hard. I don't know if my husband's going to divorce me after this or not. I'm not sure. So wish me luck, y'all. Wish me luck. He saw a side of me that I'm not that proud of. Yeah. Yes, Felix is very good at the fan service. I get jealous easily. Yeah, like I get living with Chan. That's it's all Chan's fault. Just blame Chan if you're not sure. What gym video of him laying down? Yo, you gotta send me that because what? Um, and his Lino's son. Yes, he was. Lino was watching me. It's like he knows. But yeah, no, I have not seen Ian in this gym video, y'all. What is this? What is this? Oh man, yeah, he's a beefy little bread though. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for my live. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. I really just wanted to come on here and give my own point of view and experience. That I had a really great time, but unfortunately, that cannot be said for all stays, and that makes me really upset. But also, again, like it's completely fine to feel all the feels. It's completely fine to feel all the motions. I like I was kind of venting to my new stay friend that I feel guilty. I feel so guilty because yes, I am sad. I am upset that the show got canceled. But just because I am upset and sad that the show got canceled and we couldn't go on does not mean that I don't think it was the right decision to cancel the show. It definitely needed to be canceled. That was absolutely the right decision. And I know the guys already feel bad as it is. It is not their fault at all. They did everything they could. I think the venue could have done a lot better. I think Live Nation could have done a lot better. There were so many different things that could have gotten done a lot better. The upcharge of the bottles were probably, for me, that I personally saw, was like the most insane. So Live Nation, do fucking better, because this shit is not cool. It's not cool at all. I saw also last thing, I saw this video where a girl was like passing out and security just watched her. Like watched her. And was like, "Oh shit." And then he has the audacity to turn around and like chug his water. I mean, it's on all the socials. I mean, I'm sure you can like find it. Some girl made like a TikTok on it where she panned that to her and was like, "Oh man, I wish there was someone here to help." And then she pans to the security guard that's like literally a foot away, and she's like, "Oh, oh." So I mean, it was awful. That whole part was awful. So I consider myself incredibly lucky and incredibly grateful for having the experience that I did, and nothing happened to me or my husband, and that we came out unscathed pretty much. Honestly, a concert like, yeah, it's so true. It's so true that the concert went on, like the length that that concert went on is pretty normal for like bands, like Western bands, right? Even my husband was like, "Don't they have like, do they have an opening act? Isn't like an opening act a thing?" Because I know that's typically a thing here, and I'm like, "No, they do it all. They take care of it all." So we definitely got most of the show, and I could not be more thankful for that. So if Chan happens to pop on my channel, I don't think he will, because I'm such a small channel, and that's completely fine. I like the intimacy of everything. But if Chan happens to pop on my channel and he sees this, know that we are behind you. You are amazing. All of you are amazing. And we stand behind you, and us stays love you. What's my handle on Threads? It's literally my name, Nikki Bisk, NIKKI.Bisk, BISK. I think that's my name on TikTok too, like across the board. But yeah, so yeah, if you're watching, but if you're not, you're probably not, because I'm so tiny, and that's okay. But thank you to all the stays out there that really showed up and showed up when people needed you, because I know I offered my portable fan to a few people. That's what really showed me that this fandom is unlike any fandom I've experienced. So just knowing that experience really makes so much of all this worth it. So I hope I get to meet more of you one day. I did get a concert banner. Oh, that was the other thing that I was like upset with. I know we're gonna see it, but like, yeah, we missed being able to hold up our banners and watch the fan made video for them. I think they're going to get a chance to still see it. I'm not sure. Oh, what does it look like? It's in my car. I left it in my car. I can take a picture or post it or something like that. It's in my car though. I left it. But yeah, we didn't get to see that. I'm really, really wanted to see that. They're gonna post it though, so I'm excited to see that. But yeah, you guys are great. But I hope I get a chance to meet more of you. I know a couple of you went to the concert last night. I mean, it's so big, so I'm not gonna like really run into many of you. But maybe one day we can link up, and maybe I'll do a not a worldwide tour, goodness gracious, but like a states tour, like my friend who went to 5 concerts. Maybe that'll be me. Maybe that will be me next summer. But oh my God, my bank account. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to take a second mortgage out in the house too. How am I gonna do this? Because if BTS goes on concert, because I know they're rumored to, like I want to be like smelling them. I want to be so close. I'm smelling them. And like if Stray Kids goes on concert, like I oh my gosh, I might have to resort to like OnlyFans and do feet pics or something like that. Shit, I am live, aren't I? Okay. These are internal thoughts that are coming out that should just stay in my diary. So, anyway, yes. Basically, hopefully I am able to meet more of you one day, and I would absolutely love it if for some reason you see me out in the wild. Don't be afraid to come say hi, because I love you all, love you all so much. Wait, hold on. BTS and Hive and the T's. Oh my God. Also, like being a multi-stand is like a freaking Olympic sport, but it comes without the recognition and the money. And instead, you're giving the money to them, and meanwhile, you're just becoming poor. Like it's just, yeah. Um, I'm a stay and army. BTS was my way into the K-pop world, and then I got into Stray Kids. So, yeah, it was COVID. It was the COVID period that I got into BTS. Um, so yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. My wallet's gonna hate me, and yeah, maybe that will be when my husband divorces me. He doesn't know this. He does not know this, so don't tell him any of this. He's a subscriber on my channel. I don't think he watches my shit though, because he says I get enough of you in real life. So I think I'm safe that he won't stumble upon this. So as long as you guys don't tell him, I'm good. I'm good. Yes, right? It's expensive becoming a multi-stand. I don't know how much I could do it. I have promised a good amount of you though that I will be at some point reacting to a tease that will slowly make its way over to my channel. But I've just been so Stray Kids engulfed, and with this concert and everything, that I really wanted to just like focus on Stray Kids for a while, because I've heard it's a very blurred line. When you're a stay, you become an ATEEZ fan as well. So that will, shift at some point, but it probably won't be until later this summer. But anyways, that was that. This is gonna be the end of my live. I'm getting reaction videos up, but I'm not gonna lie, I suck at editing. It's so much more fun filming, and then I have to like sit down and edit, like cut out like dead spaces, and I kind of procrastinate on that. The next Skiz Code episodes are coming, 8 and 9, I think it is. Fucking funny as fuck, like so funny. That will probably, I'm hoping to post that tomorrow for you guys. Otherwise, I'm going to try to cut some clips for you from this concert and put it on my page at some point or another. But other than that, that's it, y'all. I'm so happy and excited that I got to like see you guys, or like see you guys, just your messages and everything, and talk to you all. So until next time, maybe I'll do another live stream at some point. I don't know. This went really well, better than I expected. But I love you all.